complete. Suplex retweet. Once, twice, 3 times a draft champion. Hello, it's Jack Graham. Welcome. Season 14 of Saturday Draft Live. Eat, sleep, suplex, retweets, fantasy draft. I am the most decorated draft champion in the history of this fantasy draft. And honestly, it's a great pleasure to say those words. I'm happy to do it for everyone else. I'm happy. Somebody's got to be the best. Somebody's got to step up to the plate, and it just so happens to be me. So we're here once again. We're making our picks. It's a stream that everyone loves to be part of. We're here having a good time. Only joined by 2. I've got a wee statement from some other not former yet. Anyway, Yeah, we will be discussing that after this stream. But David Hockney won't be in attendance. But we are joined by Scott McLeod. Scott, how are we doing? It's the best time for the draft. We're making our picks. It goes from not SummerSlam. Wait, well, it's starting tonight, the points. So yeah, from SummerSlam essentially to
like an overeager babyface. Like an overeager babyface. We don't have to wait till the pay-per-view. We're starting tonight, damn it.
So yeah, how you feel? This will be the first time we've actually had a week to assess everything that's going on, and then the points are starting tonight as well. So it's a bit different take. We've seen what's happened over the past week. Triple H just came in. Some folk have came back. Some different direction for us. It's all happening.
It's very interesting, especially when you look at tonight's Raw. There's already been some big announcements for matches tonight. Will that play a factor in some people's WWE picks when it comes to this season? Who knows? And yeah, we've got a couple of weeks to let settle in, and then we'll have a big weekend coming out soon because we'll soon have Clash at Castle, NXT, and AEW all out. So we've had a week to rest here, but very soon we'll be all guns a-blazing again, and I just love to see it.
And Ryan, you're here now as well. I guess that first season is now gone of you being a Saturday Draft Live host. I guess you're not a work experience boy. I guess the probation's over. I guess you're part of the team.
Hey! Thank you very much. That's right.
Choice.
How you doing anyway? You all right?
I am absolute fan Dabby Dozy. I'm ready to go. Well,
one person that's not ready to go is David Hockney. Why is Elton John streaming on Twitch? Needs to be.
When you want an Elton John tribute act for your party, and the first auction isn't available, so you go for the second, then the third, they're not available, then the fourth isn't available. Basically, when you get to the guy at the very end of the phone book, that's when Ryan Douglas turns up.
I am your wish, David Hockney.
Well, David Hockney is not here. He sent me a statement. In light of his recent result last season, he did shit. Finished below Ryan. Finished just above the Listeners League winner last season. He's decided to take a step back, and he's not participating. He's rebuilding the West End Country Club, and he's fucked off to Croatia this week.
Okay, let's go. Oh, yeah, it's done.
He's away. He's drinking it up. He's heading to some fancy bar, some VIP club. All these. Just about looking at you. Oh, Mitch, what a guy. He's rebuilding the West End Country Club from scratch, and he'll be hosting the show with us, but he's not going to be scoring. He'll be back next season doing the scoring. But yeah, it's just us 3. There's been some rule changes as well. Tag teams can be picked at any time. You can't pick commentators or any backstage announcers now. So pretty much, you can't pick Tony Schiavone, which is the cheat code for me winning last year. But I don't make the rules.
As it should be.
I don't make the rules. I just play the game. I just let it happen. You know what I mean? But without further ado, we go and we make our draft selections. Now, number one that we'd be picking, is Gary Kernan. He won't be appearing on stream. He is a sexy bastard, and the sexy bastard has got a pizza to eat. He's only just got in from work. The man's got to chill. He's wired in 24/7. But he has sent me his first pick, and his first pick is the man that will be defending his undisputed Universal Championship at Clash of the Castle. His first pick is Roman Reigns. Ryan, what's the thoughts? He's taken straight away as number 1.
Yeah, Roman Reigns. It's always going to be a superb pick. To go first, maybe a bit surprising for me, but I think it's really a strong choice, and you can't go missing out on the top champ, of course.
He's very good. It's his title defense coming up. He'll be a Survivor Series 2 probably coming up. I think this could be a good season to take Roman Reigns. He's got a lot of different things coming in with how working part time. We don't know. But Bruce firing straight in. Our second person that will be drafted, a returnee to the draft, a friend of mine, Grant McRobbie. Enter the stream, Grant. It's good to see your face again here on Sky Draft Live. How you doing?
I'm feeling fantastic and looking excited to see how this one's going to go. Liking the rule changes as well. That's going to make it more interesting.
Absolutely. Well, make a pick. So you're taking a male competitor, a female competitor, a tag team. You can take whoever you want in the first round. It's up to you who you want.
I've had a lot of thinking about this, and I'm going with what the mind wants, and I'm going to start with Jon Moxley.
Oh, wild thing. Does he make your heart sing, Scott McLeod?
He does, yeah. That's a solid first round pick. You know, the interim AEW champion. I think he'll hold it for most of, if not the entire season going forward. You know, because we don't know when CM Punk will be back for that. You know, inevitable champion v champion clash. So, Jon Moxley's always a constant fixture. So, strong pick out the gate from Grant.
That's good. It's one that maybe I would have hoped to slip through the cracks, but it doesn't matter. But third, number 3. We've got him for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime, and he's drafting at number 3. It is the winner of the Listeners League last season. It is Dan James. Dan, welcome.
Yeah.
Well done for winning the Listeners League last season. And you're in with the big boys now. How are you feeling?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to win.
So who are we going for your first round pick?
I'll pick the Usos.
Oh,
he's done it.
Love it. He's gone the traditional route, Ryan, taking the tag team first. He's taking the Usos. It's proved to be the best tag team last season for us. It was a part of my team as well. They're going to be there all the time. As I have famous saying from you,
they'll be there.
They'll be on your different shows. They'll be competing. They'll be defending the titles. When we lose it, we don't know. But as tag teams go, that's your pick.
Yeah, it's also a favourite of the Listeners League, so you can start to see a trend going already, but it's always a solid choice. The only question is there an expiry date on the titles for them? I do not know, but I think it will come soon, in my opinion. But we'll just have to see. Great choice nonetheless.
What I need to know is how the fuck did Listeners League boy get so high a pick? I thought the rule was we don't let Listeners League pick higher than 5th.
Scott, I drafted first when I was Listeners League.
I remember
Didn't ask
that.
your opinion.
Right. The anniversary.
We are on to round number 4. Number 4. Scott, it's not you. It's your brother, Ross McLeod. Is Ross in the stream? Stephen, do we know if Ross is here?
No, I think he's buggered off to the shops.
I'm assuming with nothing being said, we don't have Ross. Stephen, can you come into the stream, please, as we did not discuss this beforehand? What are we doing here? Oh, here we go. Hang fire.
He's watching it, so he's going to message us. Have you got one?
He's texting me. It's firing in. The 3 dots are going. The 3 dots are moving. It's all happening.
I will buy that.
It's your pick, Ross. So, I mean, out of the 3 so far, I think the strongest pick there is probably the Usos. I don't know what you are thinking.
I'm actually going to say Jon Moxley because of the amount of defense he's been doing the last couple of weeks. So that's a strong choice. I'm actually surprised it's going so early, but I can definitely see why.
I think what Dan's done is, like, if you turn to singles picks, Jon Moxley and Roman, you can see why they go so early. But Dan's taking advantage of people suddenly realizing they can pick singles picks straight off the bat, and he's went in with what usually would be a top tag team if we were still doing it the old way.
Well, we do have Ross's first round pick, and it is the man that will be challenging Roman Reigns at Clash at the Castle. It is Drew McIntyre. Ross will be on stream for a second pick, by the way, so he's only doing one text for us. So it is Drew McIntyre coming in and making Ross's first round pick. Scott, what's your thoughts?
I can see why Ross would want to do that. It was if I was earlier on, it'd be between Roman and Drew for me, because you never know what they're going to do at Clash of the Castle, and you got to wonder, should Drew not walk out of that stadium with the titles, what does the rest of the season hold for him?
It's an interesting strategy. We'll see how it plays off.
Bold
See if
strategy,
it plays
Captain.
off for him. And we are going on to our fifth person of drafting this season. It is a returnee to the draft. It is Andy Mitchell. Andy,
Oh,
welcome.
Hello,
Andre
how's it?
Michel.
How are you
How's
doing,
it
my
going?
man?
Yeah, all right. How are you doing? First time as a single, long time
Yeah,
listener.
you're in the
First time
in the
pal-
tag team with Ross last year.
Yeah.
Is it your first time doing picking single this time?
Yeah,
So
this
what's your
time
thought?
Ross is a non-factor. It's just my picks and my picks alone. It's not going to have any of this Shane McMahon shite that let us down that last time we paired up.
So who we going for?
I am going to go with the SmackDown's Women's Champion, Liv Morgan, as my first pick.
Excellent. Ryan
Like it.
at Clash of
Like
the
it.
Castle coming up as well, defending against Shayna Baszler under the new regime of Triple H. Do we see her with the belt long?
I'd like to say yes, but with the change in regime, I'm starting to think maybe it won't be as long a title reign as we'd like to think. She's not been made to look very strong since getting the championship, so I don't know if we'll see it go beforehand. But good choice nonetheless, and I hope the best for him.
And we've got to the halfway point, 5 out of 10, and the next person to pick is none other than Ryan Douglas. So Ryan, who are you going for?
Well, let's get a bit serious with this one, right? We've missed a big point here, and I think we're gonna go. Hold on, let's get a
He's got props, has he? Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
theory.
Fuck off. Right, Scott. Theory is a wanker. So is Ryan. What's your thoughts?
Well, it's a match made in heaven, isn't it? But I mean, it proved well for a guy last year, US title run, winning Money in the Bank. But the last few weeks, if he tries to cash in some point in the season, I don't see it going successfully. So I'm less confident in Theory than I was last season.
Aye, David Campbell. He's came
I
in. Ryan,
agree.
that's an awful pick. He says, and well, we'll see what comes of it. But it's shaky peg so far, maybe. But Scott, can you do one better than what Ryan's just done? It's your turn to draft next.
I could, yes, and I know only one tag team has gone so far, even though they're probably the most valuable tag team. I could try and slip in, steal a tag team from some other people. But there's a singles pick here where I see big things for that I can't let stay there any longer. Gentlemen, I say to you, ding dong, hello, please give me Bailey.
Excellent. Obviously, Ryan, she's been out for like way over a year now with this leg injury. That is a t-shirt, Logan. You're absolutely right. Bailey insert herself straight in this new faction as well, of who she's probably teaming up with and against. It's an interesting time for Bailey to be picked, and it's good to see her return to the draft once again.
Yeah, it's looking like big things for Bailey in the mighty return the other week there. Will they push her straight to the moon and get her championship soon? You never know; it can happen. She's gonna score well anyway, so hats off. It's a great choice.
But Ryan,
Well,
will she be there? That's the question
Oh.
everybody wants to know.
She'll be there.
Oh, she will be there.
next to pick is the overlord of ESSR, is Stephen Wilson, to come in and make his selection, his time to shine. Who we're going for?
Yeah, so Scott went with Bailey. I'm going to go with the person that Bailey has entered a feud with. I'm going to go with the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair.
Very
Oh,
smart
it's like
pick.
that, is it? It's like that.
I think that's a very smart pick, Scott. I'm very surprised that Bianca's went down so far low. What's your thoughts?
I hope that's me David Campbell's talking about with Bailey. But yeah, I saw her very highly the last two seasons, with Chris Lopez, and then she helped really carry the fresh picks of Belair last season. So it's not surprising, but it's still, even whether or not she loses the title to Bailey, she's still going to be a highly sought after pick. She'll be featured on Raw pretty much every week.
And we do have a pick for Ryan Gallagher. He won't be on the stream tonight, unfortunately, work calls, so he is texting his picks in. He's still able to watch this, and he came to play. The Miz is Ryan Gallagher's first round draft pick. Ryan, an interesting one. Paired with Ciampa, and Ciampa's got a US title match tonight. it's an interesting time. A fair old interesting time for the Miz we picked. They're just coming off the back of a loss to Logan Paul as well. What's next for them is SAG Styles feud, I guess.
Just making sure you said the Miz, right?
Yeah.
Scott, you got in on this? I'm not entirely sure.
I mean,
It's an interesting one for sure, but
I wouldn't be surprised if this was 2016, but yeah, not a lot after the Logan Paul feud for the Miz to do right now to warrant him being in the first round. So not what not what I was expecting. I don't even know what to say.
So now it comes to me, the last person to pick for round 1, and then the first person to pick for round 2. A round 1 pick.
I don't like how
Round
cocky
one
he
pick.
is.
The almighty, is Bobby Lashley as my first round pick for the draft. Ryan, I'll come to you. Seeing as you have no thoughts about the Miz, what's your thoughts on Bobby Lashley?
yeah, Almighty for sure. He's gonna have that title for a while, and I don't see him losing it at all. Good safe bet for round 1, and you're gonna score well for it.
And you know who is also going to hold their title for a while? It's going to be my round 2 pick. Gunther. Gunther is my second round pick. Scott, what's your thought of taking both mid-card champions off the bat?
Right, I believe this is the Ryan Gallagher season, whatever it was after the first tag team approach. Yeah, but that strategy may backfire because we start scoring tonight. Ciampa is still a favourite. I think a lot of people like to take that US belt off of Lashley, but if that happens, it could still work in your favour because who knows, it could skyrocket Lashley up to be a challenger for the Universal title by the end of the season.
Absolutely. And it is Ryan Gallagher's next pick, and he is taking a returning Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai in the draft. This will really pain Brad McRobbie when he gets to his pick, so I'm sure he'll come crying on me when he appears. But she was released, just came back on the main roster, part of this new faction with Bayley. She's going to get screen time.
Yeah, big surprise coming back in SummerSlam. It also takes a potential tag team off the choices later on as well, which many have noticed already. So that's going to make a big impact on the rest of this draft.
Next,
Grant's even put in our draft chat, that fucking bastard. So it sums up his thoughts.
Stephen, come on in. It's your turn to pick once more.
Ooh, decisions. Yeah, I am going to go with Seth Rollins.
There you go. Seth Rollins has been taken off the draft board. Scott, looks like he's going to be getting a match against Riddle at Clash of the Castle as they moved that off of SummerSlam. Now a big marquee match there. Is it a match that Seth Rollins wins? He seems to be on a good record right now of losing pay-per-view matches.
Yeah, and especially to Riddle, I think really needs a big pay-per-view win after the whole stuff with Roman Reigns and feeling to capture the Universal title. But I'm not surprised to see Seth go so early. He's always a constant in this draft, so it's not really a surprise. But I'm surprised that see Dakota Kai go, because one of the only valuable women's tag teams we had this season probably was the return of those belts, and they're just are gone.
Well, Scott, it's your turn to pick. Fire ahead. Who are you going for?
See, and the reason I complain about that is I was hopeful that neither Kai or Sky would be picked, and I could have picked them as a tag team, which means that I would have the whole faction in one team, but that can't happen right now. So I'm surprised that only a couple of people have picked tag teams so far. So I'm going to go to the tag teams before all these ones are properly picked, and I'm going to go for the Young Bucks.
Very interesting, Ryan. The very interesting thing about this is there's this huge story going on that the Elite might be getting back together, and of course the introduction of the trios titles, and there will be AEW titles. They will count for title points.
Yeah, a great opportunity for points here, and you're going to be one of the favourites to get it. Scott's clearly, I wouldn't say pull a blinder, but it's definitely a solid choice for tag team and getting a tag team choice out the way before it's too difficult.
Well, Ryan, stay on. Who are you going for?
Yeah, my turn. And well, I can't have both Dakota Sky and Io Shirai, but I'll go for Io Shirai, or whatever your name is.
Io Sky.
Io Sky, thank you.
Dakota Sky, you said as well. You just got everything all mixed up, but you didn't absolute hash of that. But that's Io Sky, although renamed on the main roster part of this faction, Scott. It's a good pick to get, I think, in round 2.
Yeah, definitely. Also, we should mention that if a singles pick then joins a tag team and still wins tag titles, you'll still get the championship points. So, Guy still favourites, and even though they're in separate teams, to probably win those upcoming women's tag team title tournament.
Andy Mitchell, come on back in, my friend, and make your next selection. Hello, who are we going for?
My selection, I was going to go Bobby Lashley, but you've just stole it from me, you bastard. So I'm going to go for his opponent tonight, Tommaso Ciampa.
Oh, interesting.
The bald lads stick together, it seems.
Very, very interesting, Ryan. Obviously, Ciampa did win this triple threat match thing last week, and he is challenging Big Bobby for the title tonight. What's your thoughts? Does a match he wins? Does he become the new US champion? Does he? I don't know. It's a interesting pick for round 2, especially with Triple H at the helm now.
Yeah, I was going to say, with Triple H at the helm, it's a great choice. I don't know if he's going to win at Clash of Champions. I don't know if he'll continue it further or they'll push Champion on our way afterwards, but it's looking good. I would definitely, solid choice. He was up there for me.
Absolutely. Next, if he's here on the stream, it is Ross McLeod.
Main event McLeod is here. Yes, of course he is. Of course. And you mentioned Triple H at the helm. You mentioned Big Daddy Hunter. Well, I'm going to take Big Daddy Shayna, the future SmackDown Women's Champion. Much like me before Haley, in these drafts, you definitely need a woman. And I'm going to make sure to get one out the way probably earlier on. Shayna Baszler, my pick.
We go. I knew Lisa Live, Scott, with Shayna Baszler winning this gauntlet match on Friday, and is challenging Liv Morgan at Clash at the Castle. Is she beating Liv?
I'd like to say yes. Obviously, there's not division with Triple H, being in charge again. But how many times have we got our hopes up when it comes to Shayna Baszler? So I'm going to hold on to judgment for now.
Excellent. Now, it's time for our Listeners League winner from last season to come in. Dan, your time to shine. You've seen everyone's picks that have came so far. Who are we going for?
I'm going to go for Wardlow.
Wardlow, excellent choice. I think this will be a very good choice this season. Ryan, a TNT champion, doesn't seem to be losing the belt anytime soon. What do you think?
Yeah, he's in this feud just now with Jay Lethal, and obviously did a great showing last season with that gauntlet match. So I don't know, he might score as high as last season, but he's got a belt around his waist, and I don't think he's going to lose it.
Not at all, but I'm sure Grant's going to enter now with a very red face and tears coming down his eyes. But now that Dakota Kai is gone, Grant, I don't know how you're feeling about that, but we've got to move on. We've got to make your next pick.
I mean, that's my tag team pick. Absolutely fucked between Ryan G and Ryan D. Couple of ball bags. But I'm gonna my next pick. I'm going back to the men again. I'm gonna pick someone who, like Ryan G, aspires that he could be as a bald man, and I'm going with Claudio Castagnoli.
Big Claudio is in the draft, Scott. He is your Ring of Honor champion, and I believe the rules haven't changed for a Ring of Honor stuff to Ring of Honor titles to count as championship points. But he's in one of the biggest factions in AEW. He'll be on Rampage most weeks, and Dynamite most weeks too. I think this will be a good steady points getter in a team.
Yeah, I still maintain that a decision has to be made at some point if the Ring of Honor belts are going to continue to be featured on AEW, if they should count as championship points. But even without that, he's not always defending the belt, but he is appearing in tag team matches, like you said, alongside the BCC. It could have been an argument that somebody could have already taken like any combination of the BCC as a tag team, and they probably would have been one of the best scoring tag teams of the season.
Yes, it'll be good. Grant has made a selection. Gary is going to be getting two choices here. He's taking a tag team. He's taking a tag team that's going for all the belts in AEW that they possibly can. He is taking FTR. Ryan, they were part of my tag team when they were AEW tag team champions last season, and they won me the season. Could this spell a good omen for Gary too?
Yeah, definitely think so. FTR has always been a prominent position in AEW, and I don't see that changing at all. They're going to be chasing their belts, and that's more points for Gary, and Gary knows what he's doing.
Scott, we all know what they say. Adam Cole, baby, is part of Gary's team. He is injured now, but Undisputed Elite got back together and they split up. But him, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish seem to go on TV together now again. This could be another wee points getter here.
Yeah, definitely. Like, they love Adam Cole over on AEW. They're going to keep featuring him even if he can't wrestle. And so even if the Undisputed Elite can't compete in the trios tournament, you best believe they'll be coming after the belts post All Out. So Adam Cole, no surprise to see him going. I think this point early on in the third round is the best place for Cole when he's come back from injury.
It is now time to reintroduce our Listeners League winner. No, it's not. It's Grant. It's time to reintroduce Grant. I was getting myself. I was reading the chat and he was getting high praise. I thought it'll be good to get him coming on. There we go. We got Grant coming in. Grant, who are you going for?
Oh, thanks for that, Jackie. Just make me feel like a woman who's had someone else's name called out during it. You prick.
Jack's been there.
That's a shame.
I'm going for a tag team pick. FTR's been taken off the cards, so I'm going for the current AEW tag team champions, Swerve and Our Glory.
Yes, Scott,
Mm-hmm.
Swerve and Keith Lee, the tag champs, just won the like last man standing type street fight match thing. Don't know what it was in Friday and Rampage, but they won and defended the titles. They seem to be defending their titles regularly. I think that's a good pick. I think it's also good that these are two that maybe couldn't pick as singles as well, as they still do their singles matches. So I think this is wise from Grant getting them off the board.
Yeah, definitely. I think the fact that you can even remember what match they had, I think shows how impactful they've been so far. But they've got time to turn it around. Who knows? They'll be finding it all out. But I fear for Grant's tag team with FTR coming calling sooner rather than later.
Very true. It's time to bring in Dan to come in and make his third round selection. Dan, you've been getting praise in the chat so far. You're winning everyone over. You've probably been the best Listeners League winner so far that people have actually liked. Sorry, Ryan.
I mean, Jack, you're setting a low bar there, to be fair.
I'll go with Jade Cargill.
Excellent. There you go. This has been a steamroller of a pick in recent seasons, Ryan, that folk are looking to get quick, especially when she was doing her open challenges all the time. It has cooled, but you never know when is she going to drop that title. It doesn't seem like it's happening anytime soon, so I think that's a great pick to get.
Yeah, slower with the defences, as you said, but has been absolutely dominant in AEW. Jade Cargill is one of the top women there, and I can't argue with the pick at all. It's a great choice. I would have picked her myself if I got round to me, so well done to you, Dan.
It's time to bring on Main Event McLeod, not associated with the Maximum Male Models.
Oh, yes, Main Event McLeod. Say it loud, say it proud. You know what? I am going to take this tag team just because it's probably around 4 or 5 singles pick for these men. I'm going to take the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest as my tag team, just to get them off the board for all of you people.
Excellent. Very, very good, Scott. I think a lot of strategy plays into that, and especially when we're in this feud with Edge. Who knows what's going to be happening with that? But I like the look of this pick to manipulate what others are going to do.
I'm not entirely sure about this pick. I mean, I look at my list of tag teams. I don't even have Judgment Day on it. They haven't really had the best of fortune, I don't think, since Finn joined and Edge was booted out. So, I'm willing to be proven wrong, but I'm not as confident about that pick.
Interesting, very interesting. We'll see what comes of that. But next to come on is Andy Mitchell to make his next round pick. Andy, who are we going for?
I am going to go for the AEW Women's World Champion, Thunder Rosa.
Thunder Rosa. Ryan, Thunder Rosa, you know her. You've had a history with her. What's your thought?
Yeah, we're on first name basis, Jack. No, she was a great pick for me last season. She scored very well and definitely carried my team. Whether she keeps the belt off Britt Baker or any other challengers, I'm not entirely sure, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, you can't pick Thunder Rosa again, so are you picking?
Oh, it's my turn. Right, I think it's punt time. Right, if this doesn't work, I'll look like an idiot. If it works, they'll redeem my last season. Sasha Banks and Naomi.
I mean, rumours are about the tag team tournament coming back. Triple H is fond of, especially of Sasha from NXT. Not a bad shout. I mean, who knows? They could come back tonight on Raw for all we know.
You're very hesitant.
I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt here.
It's more saying you're willing to look at a date here, but you picked Theory first, so I don't know. I don't know how much that's helped, but it's a bold play. We'll see it.
If I don't shoot, I don't score.
That's very true. Scott, your next pick. Who are we going for?
I'm just taking a little sheet that's being regularly updated as the thing goes on, just to double check that I don't pick somebody that's already been picked and look like an absolute tit. That's what Ryan's here for. I'm going to look for another AEW pick, this time my first singles in the men's division. And I'm thinking this guy will be probably tied in with the Bucks this season. So I think if the Bucks score big points, this man will also score big points, so it'll all add up. Give me a man who I think's fallen far too much down the pecking order since the last couple of seasons. Give me Hangman Adam Page.
Now this Ryan, this will be very interesting because if they win, he'll get his title points for the Young Bucks winning, and he'll get his title points for Adam Page winning, all at the same time. If they win the tournament, and if the tournament is decided in this season, which I think it probably will be, I guess. I don't know, but that could be a lot of points on offer.
Yeah, a lot of potential there with Adam Page. Even losing the belt, he's been frequent on AEW television, and I can't argue against it. It's a good choice for round 3.
Get boy, isn't it right there?
It's Stephen's time to come in and make a selection. Stephen, who are you going for?
It's nice that Ryan has filled in the shoes that Hockney has left for this show quite well. Bold picks like that. At least he's got a bit of imagination. Something Mr. Hockney lacks in his drafting. A few tag teams have went in this one that I would have went for. So I'm going to get one on now, and I'm going to go with the NXT Tag Team Champions, the Creeds.
Very good.
The Creed brothers. Scott. They've come out now. It looks like they'll probably be kicking Big Roddy Strong out soon. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, the Creeds have gone from strength to strength over the last few months, I think. And I think, Stephen's following my example because when I transferred out my shit tag team halfway through last season and brought the Creed brothers in, I showed how valuable the Creeds could be as NXT tag team champions and being on your draft team. So, well into to Stephen for following in that example because I don't see those boys dropping the tag titles anytime soon because off the top of my head, I can't think of any other NXT tag teams.
Well, it is my time to shine, and I'm taking 2 picks.
What about Ryan?
Oh, Ryan G. Oh yeah, of course. Just because I've already put in his pick in the thing. Ryan DeLeish. Ryan Gallagher is taking Montez Ford. He is taking half of the Street Profits. The man that's setting the world alight. Everyone's wanting the big singles push, and it might happen. Who knows? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, this is a superb. This is something I was thinking of if I had a tag team and the Street Profits were still available. I'd have picked Montez tactically, and this is genius from Ryan. Genius. Well done.
And now it's my time to shine. My 2 picks.
And look at him swanning in like the big man, forgetting the little people. Like, who's
Scott, when you win free drafts, you understand. You'll be up here too, forgetting other people exist. It's fine.
Oh, shut! I was winning drafts before you were even.
And look at you now.
Before you were on the show, that is.
Right. My 3rd round pick will be none other than Mandy Rose, the NXT Women's Champion. Scott, your thoughts on another champion off the list?
She has had that title for a long, long time, however, so you gotta wonder how much longer will she have it, but then again, that could then signal a toxic attraction call-up.
Well, someone that's not had the titles for long, the new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Kane, Carter, and Chance, Ryan, are going to be my tag team. Just won the belts. Will be on NXT often, you'd think, with them. I feel quite happy.
Yeah, especially with all the tag teams that are going, you got to pick if there's a champion tag team available, you're going to take them. It's a pretty easy choice, honestly. I don't know much about this tag team, I'm afraid. NXT is not one of my favourites, but great choice nonetheless.
There we go. It's been made, and we do go back to Ryan Gallagher. I don't know if his text has came in yet. It has done. It is a new member of the Jericho Appreciation Society, Scott. It is Anna Jay.
Jay, not too bad. Not hasn't been a big priority in the draft in past seasons, but I think right for this kind of level of selection, and she's now in a heel stable teaming with our good friend Ty Conti again. The sky's the limit, I think.
Stephen, it's your time to shine and come in and make your next selection.
I'm torn between two women's picks, but I'm gonna take a stab.
Or don't.
You're a married man. You shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't know how she's fell so far down the picking order. Rhea Ripley.
Oh,
Yes.
I think that's because she's still not medically cleared, does she not?
Well, I think now she's back on TV though, looking as jacked as ever, beating the shit out of Dominic Mysterio. Scott, I don't know. It could be an alright pick. As we're getting down the rounds, I think any kind of pick you're getting that's going to be getting TV time is kind of good here.
Yeah, you could say that.
You could say that. You could also just say shit. But
I don't want to yet.
but Scott, it's your turn to pick anyway. So who are we going for?
Oh, I'm in two minds here because I feel like I need a female pick in this round so that when I come to the last round, I'm not desperate for one or the other. I can go either way. Wink, wink, isn't it? But I'm between two female picks. Originally, I thought about Mandy, but Jack's made that decision easier for me. So there are two women that I think could be in for big title consideration very soon. But I don't know which one to go for. I know people are going to tell me hurry up, but you can hear. You know what? Fuck it, I'm going to take a punt here. This is my first punt here. Give me the challenger this Tuesday for Mandy Rose's title, Zoe Stark.
Interesting.
I think it's this Tuesday, I think.
Yeah, it's either this Tuesday or next Tuesday, but she just came back from injury, Ryan. Zoe Stark straight into challenging Mandy Rose. Does Mandy's reign continue after her, or do we see a loss and a call up to the main roster?
I think Mandy's done superb things with that. I don't know if we'll call talk at the end now, honestly, but in for a chance. But I think Mandy will retain.
Well, it's your turn, Ryan. Who are we going for?
Well, I'm stuck between two male, and that's not a place I want to be. But this is becoming the Ryan redemption story, this draft, and hopefully he can redeem himself again. It is Karrion Kross.
Oh,
Interesting. Another one, Scott, that seems to have appeared back. If Banks and Naomi appear back as well. That came back last Friday and jumped Drew McIntyre. How this factors into Clash at the Castle, I don't know, but there are rumours that Raw is wanting a top title back in their show, and Karrion Kross is the man to take one of their top titles.
yeah, I think how sudden he came back and also the uncertainness of what he's going to do in the 80s pack is what's caused him to fall so far down. But yeah, Ryan's team seems to be the Triple H comeback crew that he's got so far.
They're all picks except Theory that have disappointed me in previous seasons.
Yeah, because Theory's here to disappoint you this season.
Yeah.
Andy Mitchell's time to come in and make a pick. Who are we going for, Andy?
A lot of the tag teams I was going for have come off the table, so I'm just doing a random one, and I'm going to go for Tony D'Angelo family if I can.
Oh, big Tony D and 2 stacks, 2 dimes.
No, it would be Tony and Stacks. 2 dimes now sleeps with the fishes.
Tony and Stacks, there we go. Right, aye. Of course, he's now in AEW and joined the factory or whatever on Dark Elevation or some shit like that. I'm sure that'll work out well for him. But what's your thoughts? Still, obviously, the Tony D's been scuppered with title opportunity because of Santos Escobar. Maybe a tag team shot comes in the horizon soon once that feud's over with.
I think they originally just had like a title shot, but so Tony will probably transition back into a singles feud. But now that he's part of a tag team, he won't really lose any points if he loses that subsequent match to Santos. So the more he and Stacks appear together, the better for Andy Mitchell.
Main event McLeod will enter once again to make his next selection.
Oh, hello there. You found me enjoying a full-bodied Bordeaux. And speaking of that, I'll be taking Scarlet Bordeaux as my next pick.
For the love of God.
Man of wit we've got here, Ryan, taking the manager to your competitor, which is allowed because it is an on-screen pairing. Obviously, Tony Schiavone and the likes can't get picked because Scarlett Bordeaux is with a wrestling competitor. It is allowed. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, whenever Karen Cross comes on television, she's going to be there as well. As a simple case as that, she's going to be there. Even in situations before with the both been on television, she sometimes shows up more for promos. So that's great appearance points for Ross.
Absolutely, and it's time to bring back the Listeners League winner, Dan. Dan, you've got a pick to make. Who are we going for?
I'm going to go for Nikita from NXT.
Oh,
Nikita Lyons.
very interesting. Yes,
Forgot her.
so this a return from injury as well. Seems to be kind of coming into a feud. She seems to be very well liked down in NXT 2.0, and it could be a dark horse pick.
Definitely. I think, it seemed like she was like being positioned for a future shot at the women's title before her injury, so whoever wins between Zoe Stark and Mandy Rose could then have her to deal with.
Yeah. Next is Grant to come in and make his next selection. Grant, who are we going for?
No anecdotes, just going simple. Roxanne Perez.
Roxanne. I'll come to Scott again because do I think that Ryan knows much about Roxanne Perez? No, I don't. Sorry, Ryan. But
I know
Scott,
some thanks.
what's your thoughts, Scott?
Yeah, she was a solid pick last season for me when I picked up the transfer seed. She was good up until Cora Jade kind of fucked her over, but now with the subsequent singles feud between the two, which could then lead to the winner again challenging for the NXT Women's title. Again, strong pick, especially for this like late in the game.
Yes, Gary is making his 4th round pick. Ryan, I'll come to you because you'll be able to talk about this competitor.
Okay, I've got this.
Why can't every girl look like Alexa Bliss? As Bowling for Sleep once said in a song.
Great song. Not
Is
really.
it a great pick?
It's a decent pick for the round. Alexa Bliss she's not really been full on traction ever since Wyatt leaving. Not really been top of the card or close to it, but we're starting to see a little crawl back. So maybe Gary sees something that we don't.
And if latest reports are to be believed, Scott, something is being cooked up for this man. Kevin Owens has joined Gary's draft team. Gary's Grant's team.
Yeah, Kevin Owens to become back. Maybe will he continue his ongoing rivalry with Elias, Ezekiel, and their extended family? Who knows? But yeah, Kevin Owens, even though he's not always the highest score, he's another constant in this draft.
Bring him back in. He was just here, out, back in again. Grant,
But
your time to
this
shine.
guy not get 2 picks.
Yeah, he's blessing Kevin Owens.
Oh, yeah, I didn't hear. I honestly wasn't paying proper attention. I was crossing off who hadn't been picked. To be honest, I wasn't paying attention.
On you go,
fucking div.
Oh, shut up.
I'll speak to you in East Meets West, you wee bitch. I'm going to go for back to the women's division again, and I am going for the other half of Thunderstorm. I am going for Tony Storm.
Ooh la la, Ryan. Tony Storm is in the draft once again. Obviously, you had a champion last season, Thunder Rosa. Tony Storm's been appearing with her quite a bit. Could be a good, maybe a good wee steady points getter here for Grant.
Yeah, definitely steady, especially for round 5 now. Yeah, steady choice getter, points getter, and being next to Thunder Rosa is never a bad thing in terms of getting points. You're going to be in television, so yeah, great choice.
Time to bring him back in once again, Dan. He's representing the Listeners League well here. Back in making another choice. Who are we going for?
I'm going to go with Ricochet.
Oh, interesting. Well, this is someone I had picked last season, and then I did trade him out when he was going to lose that IC title belt, and thankfully he lost at the week of the transfer week, but I didn't lose any points when Gunther won it. Under Triple H, who knows what happens with Ricochet? This is someone that Triple H rated highly down in NXT.
Yeah, because I think, other than that, time where he was Intercontinental Champion, it was valuable for you for a little while. He's pretty much been almost a non-factor in this draft. He's been picked before. at one time he was picked in the first round by some idiot, and maybe this will be the time where he's actually a credible point scorer.
Aye, we'll never know. But it is time to bring in main event McLeod once again.
Again.
Yeah, my next pick, he used to be known as the man that gravity forgot, and I can't believe he's went so low. AEW's All-Atlantic champion, Neville, is my next pick.
Interesting. This is someone I was hoping someone was going to make this pick, Ryan, because Neville is the AEW All-Atlantic champion. He defends this title across different promotions all over the world, but his recent title defenses have appeared on Dark, and you don't get points on Dark.
They're technically not even matches on Dark. They're matches from other places shown on Dark, so that's even another layer on top of this.
So, do we get to see this title defended soon? And will this be a good thing for Ross? Or is this going to be a dud?
Available here. There's very limited points available here, I think, I'm afraid. I just said it's been on Dark and on other shows. I don't see it being on television. Maybe the odd promo, but that'll be it.
There we go. We're using his wee WWE name there. Yeah, it's actually Pac, isn't it? It's not Neville anymore, but it's Pac. We'll bring in Andy. Andy is next to pick. Andy, who are we going for?
I'm actually surprised this person hasn't been picked yet, but I am going to go for AJ Styles.
A great pick. Help, a great points getter from me, Scott, last season in the draft. He's looks like we're going into this feud with The Miz with Survivor Series coming up. He could be part of the Survivor Series men's team. AJ Styles could be a wee sleeper pick here this season again.
Yeah, definitely. He got involved with Ciampa at SummerSlam, so say Ciampa wins the title tonight, could AJ Styles be one of the first to step up for a wee US title match?
Aye. Ryan, your time to shine. Who are you going for?
I am not very happy about AJ Styles getting picked. We are now going off the boat, which is picking people that have disappointed me in the past, and we're going for new ones, greener pastures. I'm going to go for Cora Jade.
Interesting. Scott, she was the women's tag team champion in NXT, chucked the belt in the bin. It's been approached by Mandy Rose to take out Zoe Stark this week, who she's got a match with. It's next week the title defense. Will Cora Jade come good near the end?
Who knows? Again, she's somebody who it seems like NXT, have a lot of, promise about. They see a lot of promise in. But other than that brief couple of weeks where she was tag champ before she threw it in the bin, I don't think we've yet to see how good of a pick she can be.
Time will tell, but Scott, it is your time to shine.
It is my time to shine. Still many people left on the board, many people there to be picked. I'm not entirely sure who I want. I can hold these up as long as I want, so get Jack misses his bedtime.
We're getting close.
That's just cruel.
Let's go for someone who I think is just entering into a singles feud, and then you're also scoring picks in the tag team division as he's part of a tag team. Give me Jungle Boy. He's gonna smash Christian Suarez.
He's came back, Ryan. He's got his shirt that Christian is a pussy. Is Scott a pussy for making this pick?
I beg your pardon.
It's definitely a fanny. But
takes one to know one, Ryan.
I've not less to add there. So yeah, Jungle Boy recently got back with Luchasaurus on television. I don't see him losing to Christian Cage personally. Good points there. Beyond that program, I don't know, but solid pick for the round we're in.
Absolutely. And it's time for Stephen to come in and be the next person to draft. Stephen, who are we going for?
Yeah, the complete opposite from myself. When this man shoots, he does not miss. Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo.
There was an image in my head I didn't need. But I think anyone would want to have in their team unless you're Adam Kelly for whatever reason.
I know. I mean, that was something quite special that happened there. But he is a North American champion. It's good. Carmelo's proved well, done well in the past in the draft for other teams. The kind of a consistent points getter to have. In this short season, do we see him having the same effect, Scott?
Well, we do have an NXT show coming up in a couple of weeks' time, the weekend of Clash at the Castle. So, could be a big showcase there. And even if he doesn't hold on to the title, he could always be moved up the card in NXT, or maybe he shows such promise again. He could also be somebody who we see on the main roster.
Very nice, very nice. Ryan Gallagher is making a tag team pick, and he is taking the Acclaimed, who, Ryan, are on a
Yeah.
very good roll right now. As also won this dumpster match and chucked the ass boys into that, and chucked them off the stage. But is this could be a slow burner here, and you might see a tag team title match in the horizon for them.
Yeah, potentially in the future, especially all the tag teams disappeared quite early or middle of the draft. There's not many options left, and I don't see why you wouldn't pick these people. They're going to be on television for quite a while. They're going to be consistent, and you've got to take the chances. So well done, Ryan.
Excellent. And now we're getting into the kind of the ending stages, but I will make my 5th round pick first. And Scott, nobody's going to be ready for her. Asuka is joining Jack's team. The thinking behind this is that the women's tag team title tournament is happening soon, and her and Bliss have been paired together quite recently, and they need to form tag teams at some point. Why not take a punt?
Why not take a punt on somebody who's going to team with Bliss to probably lose to Kane's guy? But you do, Jack.
Never. But I will be making my last round pick. On this round as well, because we are in the last round, I will be reading through everybody's teams, and I'll be asking for you to make your captaincy picks and your team name as well. So my team name will be the 3-time Kings of Drafting, as I'm the only 3-time. My captain will be Big Bobby Lashley, and my last round pick, Ryan, is going to be Edge.
Ooh.
A man is advertised to appear in every Raw up until Clash at the Castle, and after that, I feel quite happy.
Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't be at all. Not been picked this far. Maybe there's not too many points for Edge, but as you said, it's going to run each Raw until Clash of Champions. I doubt he'll lose, so that's easy points for round 6.
Absolutely, and Ryan Gallagher is sending me his picks now. His last round pick, Scott, is none other than Danhausen.
Ah, yes. Very nice. Very even pick.
What's your thoughts?
Well, he's been mostly appearance rather than wrestling, and he has wrestled, other than that one match. I don't think he's won a match yet, so could be good. Or maybe his team is cursed.
It's a shame. I was really it doesn't matter for me. I guess it'd been good if the tag team contained the hook, but never mind. Unfortunately, he has not submitted his team name and captain. Yes, we'll come back to that later on. But I will bring in Stephen. Stephen has Bianca Belair, Seth Rollins, the Creed brothers, Rhea Ripley, Carmelo Hayes. They've got a last round pick, a captain, and a team name to give.
Yes. Captain Sexy Seth.
Interesting.
Team name the Wilson Wankers.
Appropriate.
And final pick, I have not got anybody from AEW yet, so I'm going to bring somebody in from that. He should be heavily featured in his stable that we mentioned earlier on. Obviously, they won't get title defenses for this title. I'm going for Wheeler Yuta.
The Ring of Honor Pure Champion, Ryan. Obviously, he still, even though he doesn't get the the championship points, he's still wrestling a lot.
Yeah, and they've been giving him a good showing ever since he joined the Blackpool Combat Club, and he's not going to be losing a lot of matches, I don't think. So it's a good choice for round 6.
Absolutely not. Scott, Bailey, Young Bucks, Hangman Adam Page, Zoe Stark, Jungle Boy. Who's your last round pick, your captain, and your team name?
Somebody who I really would have thought would have went before now, and somebody who's going to be fighting one of Stephen's picks more than likely at Clash at the Castle. Give me Riddle as my final pick.
Excellent. Who's your captain going to be?
It's got to be Bailey. Come on, it has to be. It has to be Bailey.
And your team name?
And my team name shall be Ding dong, cowboy shit.
Long cowboy shit. Ryan, Riddle. I think I forgot about Riddle. I won't lie. I won't tell no lie. Very surprised he's went so low. Could be a great pick. I said could be. Will be a great pick.
Yeah, could be a great pick, but they have him kayfabe injured, so might not see him for a wee bit.
Nah, he's going to be
It's
facing
kayfabe.
Dethroned at the castle. I'm afraid.
Gotta
Ryan
show some
Gallagher has submitted his team name and captain as North End, South End Comrades all. Unfortunate. And his captain will be Dakota Kai. A very interesting choice. But Ryan, your team of Theory, Io Sky, Banks and Naomi, Karrion Cross, and Cora Jade is there. Made your last round pick, your captain, and your team name.
Well, the team name will be Ryan's Redeemers.
Okay.
And the captain will be Io Sky.
Okay.
And the last round pick will be Sami Zayn.
Both. Again, another pick, Scott. I'm surprised it slipped so low.
Yeah, it's interesting enough. Still in the storyline ongoing with the bloodline, you'll always be on TV. But how many wins will he rack up? We don't know, but we do know that he will be there. I'm just looking on the sheet. I would like to request that there be exclamation marks after the ding and the dong. Thank you very much. Please, accuracy.
So fucking petty for a stream.
See on that point, can I have a question mark after Redeemers?
Right, this is pedantic. They've got picks to make. Please, people, please. It is time for Andy Mitchell to come in and make his last. He's got Liv Morgan, Ciampa, Thunder Rosa, the Tony D's family, and AJ Styles. What is your last round pick, your captain, and your team name?
My last round pick, I'm going to go with Christian Cage.
Excellent.
And my captain, I am going to go AJ Styles. And my team name is Vince McMahon's financial advisor.
Scott, a lot to digest there. Lot that I wasn't expecting, but Christian Cage, round 6.
I mean, I've been in group chats where I've heard the dark, twisted sense of humour of Andy Mitchell, and given what Christian Cage has been saying about Jungle Boy the last few weeks, seems like a perfect correlation there. And Vince McMahon's financial advisor, I would expect nothing less from Andy Mitchell.
Not at all, but it's time to bring in main event McLeod. He's got
Yes,
Drew McIntyre, Shayna Baszler, Balor Priest, Scarlett Bordeaux, and Pac. So far.
I'm just reading. I'm just making sure this pick hasn't been picked. They have not. My last round pick, I'm going to go the NXT champion, Braun Breaker.
This is also another pick that I have forgot about, unfortunately.
You took him off the screen. You didn't give him your team.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't even get the captain and the team. Stephen took him away so soon. Bring him back.
I know, rude.
Anyway,
the captain is obviously going to be Drew McIntyre. I think we all expect him to win at Clash at the Castle. And we will be called the full-bodied Bordeaux. Thank you kindly.
Jesus. But Ryan, Braun Baker, the steal of the draft potentially.
Potentially. I did not forget about Braun Breaker, but I had an inkling that maybe something's happened and I don't know because nobody's picked him, so I didn't pick him. So, because I know we don't share news in the last couple of days before the draft, so could be great. It should be great, but I don't know.
It's time to bring in our listeners league winner from last season, Dan. Dan has Usos, Wardlow, Jade Cargill, Nikita Lyons, and Ricochet. So you've got to pick a female competitor here, Dan, I believe. No, you don't. No, you can pick whoever you want. Just pick whoever you want. And then your captain and your team name.
My captain will be Usos.
Excellent.
And the name will be Balls of Jericho.
Excellent. Who's your last round pick?
So I was going to pick Braun if it got to me. I couldn't believe how close it was. But I wanted to get a bit tricky, so I'm going to pick Stokely Hathaway.
Oh,
this will be allowed, Scott, as discussed before. He is a manager paired with groups and wrestlers, so it is allowed. Someone's just recruited Ethan Page, I like this as a kind of as your consistent points getter, your team. I think.
Yeah, because it'll appear with I think Jade Cargill. He's recruiting some other female wrestlers. Ethan Page. I think there was a thing on Rampage with him and Lee Moriarty. I might say so. He's forming his own little mini group. So there's a chance that this time, by the time the end of the season, we could be talking about him the same way we were talking about Buddy Tori Schiavone, but he popping up all over the place.
I was just about to say that. That could be dangerous. And that is not a Leicester League play. That is genius.
Absolutely. It's time to bring in Grant McRobbie. He has John Moxley, Claudio Costagnoli, Swerve in Our Glory, Roxanne Perez, Tony Storm. Who's your last round pick?
So my last pick, this is coming from the heart. The house always wins. Malachi Black.
I love that lighting quality wise, me and Grant now look like we're in a found footage movie.
But Grant, you've got a captain and a team name to give as well.
So the captaincy, I think, is an obvious one. John Moxley.
Absolutely.
And
yep.
my team name will be What the Funaki with an exclamation mark and a question mark at the end, please. Thank you, Carl.
We care about punctuation here in the draft.
Excellent, right? And Gary is submitting his picks now, and he's going with someone, Ryan, that he thinks the suspension will be short term. Ronda Rousey enters Gary Kernan's team.
Yeah, if she is only short term, and I can't imagine they'd want to keep her off television for long, that's a very dangerous pick. I didn't want to pick her personally because I didn't know how long the suspension was going to be, but she might be going straight after Liv or someone else when she comes back.
And no surprise to see that Gary's captain will be Roman Reigns and Team Viscera as the team name.
Of course.
A constant.
And on that note, that's the stream done.
See that? I know we just cracked an hour. We just cracked an hour everything, but it still feels like the shortest one we've ever done. And I wonder what the factor could be that's changed from other streams.
He's not here, but Dave will be returning on Saturday Draft Live. He'll be here to give his unparalleled analysis, as he says himself. Maybe not others might not say it, but he is here. He will be here and doing the shows once again. We'll be back on Saturday discussing the teams, what their thoughts on, but more importantly, we'll be doing the scoring and we'll be seeing how everyone's line up. Scott, thanks for being here tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's been a good time.
I've enjoyed it. I think I've managed to get some strong picks this time around. I'm more confident than I have been in previous seasons, and unlike Dave tonight, when it comes to this draft, I will be here.
Ryan, thanks again. I will say good luck now for your team. That's my thoughts on your team. But I hope you've enjoyed yourself, and thanks for coming along and hosting too.
I've had an absolute pleasure doing this as usual, Jack. I have definitely shat it, but hopefully we don't do it on Thursday night.
We'll see. We'll see how the tangerines get on Thursday. But we'll see. I've been Jack Graham. We'll see you on Saturday.
See you later.
Bye.